Some things do not leave when ignored. They follow, not as punishment, not as threat. As reminder, the whisper is not sound. It is pressure beneath attention, a presence that keeps pace with you. You hear it in the pause between tasks, in the moment before sleep, in the quiet after laughter ends. Most people mistake persistence for danger. They assume what follows must mean harm, but ancient understanding speaks differently. What follows you is what belongs to you. What refuses to leave is what remains unfinished. The whisper is not chasing you through life. It is walking with you, waiting for you to turn. In ancient roads and pilgrim paths, travelers spoke of unseen companions. Not spirits, not gods, whispers. They said the whisper followed only those who walked against themselves, those who ignored signs, those who mistook movement for progress. Elders taught that the whisper was not external. It rose from the ground beneath the traveler's feet, from the rhythm of steps taken without listening. Shrines were built where travelers stopped, not to pray for protection, but to ask what had followed them so far. When the whisper was acknowledged, it softened. When dismissed, it grew clearer. Generations learned the same truth. Distance does not silence what is unresolved. Speed does not outrun meaning. And so the whisper endured, quiet, patient, certain. The whisper begins as familiarity, a sense that something is nearby. It appears when you slow down, when the world stops demanding answers, a subtle pull of attention, a question without words. The whisper does not interrupt, it accompanies. You feel it while walking, while showering, while staring at nothing in particular. It suggests awareness, and immediately you resist. You name it boredom, restlessness, anxiety. You add noise, conversation, screens, tasks stacked on tasks. The whisper keeps pace, not louder, closer. It knows that awareness cannot be escaped, only delayed. When the whisper is denied long enough, it changes shape. It becomes the monster of pursuit, the feeling of being chased by something unseen, not because it hunts you, but because you refuse to face it. The monster is the story you tell yourself about the whisper, that it is weakness, that it is threat. It appears as anxiety without cause, as unease without source, as pressure that follows you from place to place. The monster grows with misinterpretation. Every attempt to outrun meaning feeds it. You feel watched, not by an enemy, but by yourself. Your awareness waiting behind distraction. The monster is not separate. It is the whisper misunderstood. Eventually, the pace becomes exhausting. Running requires energy. Avoidance costs more than listening. The descent begins when you stop, not dramatically, not heroically. You pause, you breathe, you allow the sense of being followed to catch up. The whisper steps beside you, no longer behind. This moment feels dangerous only because it is honest. There is no noise to hide within. You descend into attention, into sensation, into what you have been avoiding noticing. The monster dissolves into proximity. The whisper becomes clear, and nothing attacks you. The descent reveals a simple truth. What follows you does so because it belongs with you. In stillness, the whisper reflects. It shows you patterns, repeated choices, ignored signals. You see moments you hurried past, feelings you labeled inconvenient, truths postponed for later. The mirror is not cruel. It is precise. You realize the whisper followed because you never acknowledged it. It was never asking for fear, only attention. The sense of pursuit collapses into understanding. The monster vanishes without confrontation. You see that awareness follows everyone, but only feels threatening to those who avoid it. The whisper becomes guidance, soft, exact. And for the first time, it feels like companionship rather than pressure. Returning does not mean leaving the whisper behind. It means walking together. You move through life differently. Slower when needed, quieter by choice. You notice signals earlier. You pause when tension appears. The whisper no longer needs to follow. It walks beside you. This is integration, not control, not suppression. Awareness becomes ally rather than pursuer. Life feels lighter not because problems vanish, but because you stop running from meaning. The return is subtle, but lasting. Psychologically, the whisper represents awareness delayed. Ignored awareness transforms into anxiety. Modern life rewards constant motion. Stillness feels unproductive, but awareness does not disappear when avoided. It follows. A modern example is chronic stress. The whisper begins as fatigue. Ignored, it becomes panic. Actionable guidance is simple. Create moments where you stop on purpose. No fixing, no solving. Ask one question: what am I trying not to notice right now? Then listen without judgment. The whisper loses its power when it is acknowledged. The whisper that follows you is not warning of danger, it is guiding you home.